At the Three Wine Men events, we've got so many different people who are showing their wonderful wines.
You've got an enormous amount of wines to taste from every possible part of the world.
We've got a massive array of different styles, different price points, so it's not just all about top-end expensive wines. We've got some entry point things, so it's just about diversity and quality.
Between Oz and Tim and Ollie, you do have three of the most wonderful wine personalities in the trade.
By bringing them all together under one roof, consumers have a great opportunity to learn from them.
The wonderful thing about those guys is that they make wine accessible, and they make it exciting. And we have such an amazing product, and we don't want it to become staid and boring. And just in terms of the personality of those three guys, you've actually got it in a nutshell why wine is fantastic.
People, with the profile of Tim and Ollie and Oz are great because the consumers trust them, they understand what they're doing, and they can actually really communicate what's interesting about the wine.
We've got individual winemakers, we've got importers, we've got some restaurants even here.
Every year there's very few wine tasting events that the public might be invited along to. The wine trade goes to them all the time, but on a scale of this size and a location as prestigious as this, it's an ideal venue for people to come along and get stuck in.
We've got some wine experts, we've got some supermarkets, we've got some independent wine merchants.
Well, primarily it's a fantastic opportunity for us to meet lots of new customers, people who might not be aware of us. We don't have a shop or a retail presence, so great chance for consumers to meet us and to try some fantastic wines.
We've got some online wine merchants, we've got people who just love sharing the greatest thing in the world, a glass of wine.
We've been getting some great reactions, and what we found with consumers is actually a lot of people just want to know a bit more. And I think with the pull of these guys, Oz and Tim and Ollie, it does help because they're sort of quite well known.
They attract good producers with good wines. I think the great thing is they're totally accessible, so you can wander around here, you can have a chat with Ollie, you can have a chat with Tim, have a chat with Oz. They're just walking around with the soapbox, standing up, attracting people's attention, and it makes it really accessible.
Here you've got everything under one roof. This gives them an opportunity to actually try the wines and not just sort of read something in the papers and then having to buy it at a supermarket and go looking for it.
A guy this morning never tasted Australian wines before, ever. Just drank Rioja. We've got both. Tried some Australian wine, talked to our winemaker, now says, right, I'm going to buy that. You can't have a better show than that.